an addict in recovery, and I used to go to 12-step meetings a lot. Until one day a couple years ago, one of the many white boomer men in my home meeting told me I should stop saying bad things about cops in my shares. And I kind of lost my shit a little bit and angrily went looking for an alternative. And I found Recovery Dharma, which is another self-help group for addicts, but this one's based on Buddhist principles. And at the beginning of every meeting, there's a reading that says, "The root cause of all suffering is craving. The cessation of suffering comes with the cessation of craving." And somebody told me I might want to work on my anger a little bit and gave me some meditation practices that turn anger into wisdom. And so I've been using them these days, like a lot. And one of my favorites is called ancestor practice. And it's where you settle into your meditation space and you imagine your ancestors circling you in this circle of care, giving you their love and sending you their wisdom. And they can be your actual ancestors, like your grandmother's grandfather's second cousin Gary. But they can be anybody from any group that you identify with and from whom you seek wisdom. So I know I look like Peggy Olson, but I'm actually a psychiatrist. And one day I did this practice, envisioning my lineage of learned psychiatrists around me. And the one that spoke to me from my circle of care was Viktor Frankl. Dr. Frankl was an expert in the Holocaust for the worst reason possible. He was there. And as he spent his days in the camps wasting away, one day he said, "You know what? Before I hit the ovens, I might as well make the best of it. Just keep on keeping on, being a psychiatrist, doing what I do best, letting folks get shit off their chests. And while I'm at it, why not write a book?" And he did. He wrote a book in the concentration camp. And he called it Man's Search for Meaning. Before Viktor Frankl watched his family get escorted one by one to the crematorium where pellets of Zyklon B would wipe out half his family, Dr. F came up with an analogy about suffering and its relativity. A crematorium for him might be a Blue Lives Matter sign or a leaked SCOTUS opinion for me. But what he said was something that harkens back to 10th grade chemistry. It's a lesson you might have slept through about states of matter and volume, but that the state of matter of suffering is a gas. And as a gas, it assumes the shape of its container. Suffering, craving, takes up the entirety of whatever volume your skull happens to hold. That skull is specific to one person, you, but everyone out there walking around with a skull has felt or will feel this too. There's a weird kind of beauty in that, he said. Now, I've been putting this Frankl shit together with some other meditation shit I've been learning, and I've boiled the process of riding the craving wave down to 6 simple steps. Now, I apologize, this story is going to end with me dropping some wisdom on you, not with your traditional narrative arc, but I'm giving you 6 steps when the other folks make you do 12, so I'd say you're getting this deal. Listen up. Step 1, see it. Observe the emotion. Step 2, name it. This is a craving. This is a moment of suffering. Boom! Now there's distance between you and it. You and your craving are not one and the same here, but stay with me here. Step 3 is to own it. Because this experience is yours and yours alone now. I know it's scary, but it's up to you to be brave now. And move on to the step that we all think we can bypass, numb it away with whatever lie decaying gets you through the day. Maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's workahol, maybe it's having sex with all the wrong people. But whatever it is, how about this? Don't go there today. Just move on to step 4. Feel it. Feel your feels, baby girl. I know. The bottle's open and it stings like a son of a bitch. But hey, now you get to move on to step 5. Let it go. Now, this ain't a Disney movie, baby girl. We can't just let it go and poof, it's not there. We gotta move on to step 6. Let it float. Now, letting it float is when you remind yourself over and over again that you have the power to give your feelings, even the bad ones, space. You can watch them expand into a potentially infinite place, dwindling, diluting, dissolving. This whole process hurts like hell. Nobody ever said it was easy, just that it's how you get free. Feel, baby, feel your feels, then say it with me. Let it go. Let it float. Let it fill this motherfucking room like Viktor Frankl's gas. Let it go. Let it float. Let it fill this motherfucking room like Viktor Frankl's gas.